YouTube, what's the motherfucking deal, y'all? It's your boy, Prince Peter Prince, back at it again with a new reaction video, baby. Yes, Sirski. 3 Elastic Gang. You already know what's up, baby. We back at it. We got another Kevin Samuels video, you feel me? I've been what? I've been going for about 2-3 days, you feel me? I ain't gonna cap with you. I recorded like three days worth of videos and shit, and none of them bitches had the audio, so I say fuck it, I need a break. Usually when I take like a 2-3 day whatever off from YouTube because some shit happens and I need to recenter, you feel me? But like I said, we got Kevin Samuels, quote unquote, it's Dwight and them fault. We down bad in the media. How many times have you heard that one before from a woman? It's always it's our fault, it's somebody's fault, It's anyways. If you fuck with the video, man, go ahead and like the video right now. Subscribe. We super close to 200 subs. It's getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy. We growing every day, and I'm so happy that y'all continue to follow me. Y'all continue to support. You know, just run it up, run them numbers up. You feel me? Let's get it popping. Full link is gonna be in the description down below. Let's get it.
Click, 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 and I just let her go. Because see, what she thought she was doing when she was checking me, I'm just sitting there reeling her in. I'm like, I'll let you go. We say this very clearly to you and to every other woman. How you leave your house.
Ooh, she look she look like she look like she's the type that would just rant. Like,
is needed.
She look like it.
I don't believe that we do control any of.
Really?
No, I don't. I don't, because
stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
I put it to you.
Oh shit.
The women who, or the woman that just left, she doesn't represent me as a black woman.
Sure she does.
No, she doesn't.
Nigga, yes she do. First of all, yes she do. Yes she do. Stop the cap, okay? Huh. Cause if one fuck up, we all fuck up.
How does she represent? She has nothing to do with me. I don't know anyone like her.
Excuse me.
Hold on, that's her problem right there. She's like, you can ask the question, just nobody needs to ask the context.
Excuse me. Because there's something called an ethnic image, and it's what it is. She is a microcosm of everything. If I told you 5'6" and knows,
she looked like she just waiting to debate some shit. Like, she's just waiting, like, I'm waiting for him to say the wrong motherfucking thing so I could just...
martial arts, you wouldn't think an African.
No.
You would think Chinese. There's an ethnic image. And the ethnic image of a black woman is the sapphire, the nail Carter, the give me a break, the short, fat, sassy, strong, independent. That's the ethnic image.
Strong, independent, don't need a man for shit. Women. Oh shit.
And the part that you say you don't control the media, well, what is Ebony, Essence, Madame Noir, Grapevine, Fox?
Black women don't own any of those.
But black women are they're the centerfold.
Things.
Oh, excuse me. But who's running them? Who owns them and who runs them? Who's sitting up?
Okay,
No. See, what you're going to try to do is play the ownership game. Who is sitting in the chairs on these programs?
It's white executives who make the decision.
It's like kryptonite.
I'm sorry?
Accountability is like kryptonite.
Honey, I have no problem taking accountability for anything that I do. I can speak for myself.
Well, the thing is, we're not just speaking about you, because if you speak about you, you can deflect for anything. I said black female image, not you.
But you brought up accountability. And I'm not discrediting or taking away anything from what we do and what we perpetuate, but it's also the image that we are shown that
No,
we have no control.
no, it's not shown. Okay.
It's programmed.
Sandra
Those are
Rhimes.
all
Sandra,
programmed.
no, don't. Sandra Rhimes.
Mm.
Why do we have? She wrote Scandal. A black
She
woman.
wrote Scandal, but it had to get
Hold
cleared
on,
by
hold
writing
on,
text.
no.
Don't play
They're gonna do
Shonda.
whatever makes money. They're gonna do what.
Don't play Shonda like that. Shonda, a real one. Don't play Shonda like
They're
that.
gonna. And the fact of it, but who they write it for, and who consumed it?
For sure, women. For sure, because I didn't watch none of them shits. It wasn't until my girl put me on it. I wasn't watching no Scandal, no Grey's Anatomy, no none of that shit. I wasn't watching none of that. Hell no.
The black.
Who did they write it for, and who consumed it?
But listen to me.
Who did
Black
they
people,
write it for,
black,
and
they're
who
not
consumed
writing
it?
for the black. No, they're writing.
Who did they
for
write?
black,
See, this
they're not
we've
writing
already
for black
covered.
women.
First off,
I
that
disagree.
over talking me won't work.
Okay.
That won't work here.
Because you're throwing assumptions
That
at
won't
me.
work here. That won't work here. That won't work here.
Okay, sir.
That's one thing that won't work.
Shut
We can
the
try to
fuck
have
up.
a conversation, but
AKA, shut the fuck up. You said I should. Okay, sir. Shut the fuck up.
you cannot overtalk me. I allow that with no one. You didn't answer my question, and you're going on to another point. That's not okay. I asked you, who is it written for? Sandra Rhimes, Scandal, Love and Hip Hop, all these things. Who are they written for? What audience?
For the black audience.
Black who?
Okay. But again, if we are not choosing what goes on the air, because they're not finding all content for black people, it's a certain type of content for black people that they want to show and they want to perpetuate. And then we are watching because it's programming, and we are following.
I come
what
from the
they're
industry,
seeing.
and I will tell
sorry?
you that I come from the advertising and marketing. So let me
That's
tell
fine.
you, if black people did not consume that product, they would not put it out there. There's a market for it.
But it's all programming.
No. See, now here lies the problem. Here lies the problem within our own community, black men and black women. She's pretty much trying to justify why it's okay to just feed into it. We know it's fucked up. If we know it's fucked up, why do we continue to watch it? Because we love that shit. We love drama. That's why it kills me when black folks be like, mind the business that pays you. We never mind our own business. That's why we got Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked and all this other shit. We never mind our own business. What? One day we gonna realize we are the biggest hypocrites. We are the biggest hypocrites, bro. We are the biggest hypocrites. We continue to be our biggest downfall, and I promise you that's the truth. We continue day in and day out. And then when somebody actually comes with you with some facts, now he's a coon, he this, he that. And like, no. There is really such thing as a victim mentality. That shit getting old, Chief.
No. That's my response. Because, see, I come from the sales world, and I also come from the advertising and marketing world. See, the bottom line is this. At 5 years old? Is that what you said, 35?
Yeah.
There was a movie called The Hollywood Shuffle, written by, who was it written by? Not Tommy Davidson. The guy that wrote Five Heartbeats, Robert Townsend. And the whole premise of the movie was a bunch of black stereotypes. He was mocking blaxploitation films of the 70s. And that's the same argument that black people made in the 70s. These are all the roles we have as pimps and maids and this and that. The whole premise of that movie was, if that's the only roles that are available, then we don't do them, because there's always work at the post office. Robert Townsend made that movie in 1989, and it stands to this day. If that's all that's written, we don't do the work. But the fact that we're willing to do the work makes us culpable, because there's always work at the post office.
Can I speak now?
Is that true or false?
Yes, that is true. And I'm not arguing that. What I'm saying is, if we don't control what the image is that goes out, because we know since the beginning of time that white people.
He was about to say, we do control. I don't think y'all realize, as the consumers, we control everything. Right now, y'all control my shit to an extent. Meaning I have to cater my 190 whatever subscribers right now. I have to make sure that my content is watchable to them because they subscribed here for a reason. I have to make sure my content pleases them because I have to want them to come back because at the end of the day, they are the ones that's going to help me get to where I need to go. So let's say, for an example, I post a video. A matter of fact, I posted a video before and I took it down because I thought about my, those people, whatever, that didn't feel comfortable. So I had to take that in consideration. When you make it known, yeah, niggas is gonna listen. But the problem is we continue to just feed and feed and feed and we get fatter and fatter and fatter and then it's like, oh, why am I so obese? Why am I fat? Why am I this? Why am I that? Well, shit. You kept eating it. You have the power to stop eating it and you just kept eating it.
Control it because we take the roles.
There are certain people that are going to want certain things. So you're going to find everybody has a price. So certain people are going to
not really
to perpetuate.
Not really. Then why don't you see typical black? Why don't you typically see white A-list celebrity men having to be put in dresses?
Because it's a different standard because they run it.
No, it's because they won't do it.
So you're saying that white supremacy
I'm
doesn't
saying,
exist?
let me explain something to you very simply. As an image consultant, that's what I do for a living. I'm a professional image consultant. Let me say this very clearly to you and to every other woman. How you leave your house is media. If you go from your door to wherever you're going, that is the world of TV. And if you weren't walking out with long fingernails and purple hair and all this other kind of stuff, they could not make it work. And even if they did try to make it work, if they tried to go get Latinas or somebody else and dress them up like black women and make them look like stereotypical black women, back in the 60s, when we didn't dress that way, they couldn't do that shit to us because we came out of our house looking better. That's why the civil rights movement worked, because they could not paint us as criminals and drug dealers. And when we were on the Edmund Pettus Bridge on Black Sunday, you saw church-going people getting abused. That's why middle white America stood up and said, those people look like me. But if they'd have been walking around, dressed around like we look today, nobody would have batted an eye.
How do you think we got here today, though?
Because we do it.
It's
self-accountability. It is self-accountability. How many of your sisters show up to this broadcast right here with bonnets on their head?
Okay, sir, but I didn't.
I didn't say you. See, that cannot be the argument. That cannot be the deflection. Every time I talk about the group, you talk about you.
Angry black woman, activate!
Wait, you're deflecting because every time you've sat here and you have said to me, you've given me a list of the things that you've done. You have said to me all of your points, and every time I give every person.
They do.
That you've had on the show does not account for every black woman. I did not.
Did I say it does? What do you think you're doing right?
Bro, she's making it personal. She's making it personal when it's not personal.
What do you think you're doing right now? What do you think?
That's the problem now.
What are you doing right now?
Please allow me.
What do you think you're doing right now?
I'm trying to speak.
What do you think you're doing right? What do you think this is doing for the image of black women?
I'm showing you something different. What you're saying?
No, you're really
black
not.
Women. Sir, you won't even let me finish my point though. You're saying we're having a conversation. You gave me your talking
The
point.
rope
I
dope.
allowed you to speak. You said I was over talking you. I shut up and I allowed you to talk. Now I'm trying to say my points to counter what you were saying, and you're not allowing me to talk because you're talking over me. So I'm asking if you can give me the same respect that I just gave you, sir. That would be much appreciated. So back to the point of the imagery. There are 8 billion people on this planet, and there are certain people that are going to go, there are certain demographic that they shoot for, and they want to keep in that place. Them being white people, white execs who run these stations, who say these are the roles that we have for Black people. In order to get to a certain standard as a Black man, you have to do A, B, C, and D. Otherwise, because there's a ton of actors who are amazing actors who didn't get anywhere because they wouldn't fall in line. Same with Black women, the image of Black women. I am not included. I am nothing like that girl. I'm an educated Black woman. I was married in my 20s. I have 3 children.
30 seconds.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm showing you that there is something different, is all.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And what you just went on for 2.5 minutes was the very image that Black women have been perpetuated for the longest. And I just let it go.
The angry Black woman, or the
and
fact
now
that
you just cut me off.
Point.
You just cut me off now. See,
all right. So
I can sit there and hold it.
You're not gonna.
No. You're not. Well, first off, you're not in control of anything. 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 I let you. I just went for 2.5 minutes. But see, what I'm just showing is all this masculine, aggressive energy. There's a way to get your point across and still.
Look how she. I wish this would get. Look how she's looking, and look how he's looking. Look how she looks, and look how he looks. When you're centered and you know what the hell you're talking about, you come. Only men who's emotional, and I know because I've been emotional. I am emotional, actually. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm working on it. But when you really just okay, you finish or are you done? Okay, well, da 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 da. When they hate that, they hate it because they know they look stupid. And what they're gonna say? Oh, you hate Black women and this and that.
Be a lady, feminine.
It's masculine energy because I'm
well, and I will let the audience decide, ladies and gentlemen. When you saw her going off for 2.5 minutes and this and this and this, is that the image you think that's helping Black women?
Were you paying attention to anything I was saying?
I went on for 2. You see, what you're going to do is let me speak, or I'm going to bid you a good evening.
No, well, we can say good night. Good night.
Well, you can say good night. I'm still going to say what I got to say about you. You just might want to be.
You will.
No,
have a beautiful night.
About this.
Have
you
a
might,
beautiful
I trade you an opportunity to say what you want to say, but you're no different than the rest. And that's the point. The educated of them still think that they're better. No, man.
They hate being told the truth. They hate it. They can't stand it. They want to be right. They want to be right.
You are the problem too. Because all that bullshit that you ran down, the white exec and this and that, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry built a $1 billion film industry, still on tropes about Black people. Spike Lee didn't have to play the tropes. He played against the tropes. See, accountability is like kryptonite. And I'm not like these women. Oh, yes, you are. There is no other group of women that identifies with what you just saw other than African-American women. Click, 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 click. And I just let her go. Because see, what she thought she was doing when she was checking me, I'm just sitting there reeling her in. I'm like, I'll let you go. I'll let you keep digging and digging and digging. And when it got right down to it, she ran out of steam because there was all emotion, no logic, no accountability. It ain't our fault. It is our fault. Don't take the...
It's always our fault. It's always our fault. We have the power to change our outcomes. We put ourselves in situations. We know right from wrong. And we know red flags. Now, I'm not saying that, things happen out of your control. But most of the time, we see the red flags before it gets to that point, though. We see certain signs that's like, okay, hold on. This right here can lead to something else. And we ignore that. And then when it is out of our control, so is it really out of our control? Yeah. I'm just talking. Just my thinking.
Roles. Asian people stopped taking the roles of coolies and all that stuff, and they started making their own films or rejecting the films with the notion that there's always somebody that will do it. It's still our responsibility. This is why men should be in control, because all that emotion gets nothing.
Well, that's the end of the video right there, man. I enjoyed that video. I always enjoy listening to, him, because he drops gems for men. There's not, can't nobody give men advice for men but men. Because as much women think they're playing the role as men, they're not fully playing the role as men. They can't. Because at the end of the day, they have somebody to call. But that's the end of the video. I hope y'all appreciate it, man. I hope y'all like the video. Share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feedback is always greatly appreciated. It's your boy, Prince P the Prince. I'm out. Peace.